Okay, today I want to talk to you about the transportation management system, often referred to as a TMS. A TMS system is a software system that freight brokers use to be able to access all of their loads in one place. And not only is it going to allow for you to access and see those loads, it's also going to allow for you to get rate quotes, rate confirmations simply by the click of a button. And that way you don't have to go in and build that stuff on your own. You know, when you're moving 10, 15 loads at a time, you're not going to have time to go in and build those rate quotes and rate confirmations out. You're probably just going to want a more convenient choice of clicking a button and being able to send it out to your customer without having to build it on your own. So a TMS is a system that organizes your freight movement. It is going to have all of your loads in one place so that in the event that you need paperwork or you need to be able to provide your customer information about that load, you simply click on that PO number that's associated with that load and all of the information comes up on that particular load. So that way you can access that information and provide it back to your customers without having, to go different places to try and find that information. So a TMS helps you to stay organized as far as your loads are concerned. When it comes down to managing the movement of your freight, all of your paperwork is housed within your TMS. And not only just the paperwork for the movement of freight, you're also going to have your carrier network within your TMS. So all of the information on every single carrier that you set up will be housed within your TMS system. So it's a great system that freight brokers use to stay organized, to stay on top of their loads, and of course, it's also going to allow for you to have all of the documents that are necessary when it comes down to managing the movement of that particular load. Now, when it comes down to TMS, there are different prices. I've seen TMSs start out with one called Load Pilot, starts out at $50 per month, and I've seen them go all the way up to $500 per month. But here's the things that we need to remember. This is not about going out when you first get started to get the most expensive system, because just having an expensive TMS is not going to allow for you to move freight. The TMS doesn't say, hey, because I have a $500 TMS, now I'm going to be able to move thousands and thousands of dollars of freight. It doesn't work that way. The TMS is just used to help you manage the movement of your freight. You have to go out still and foster relationships with your shippers so that you can be able to get freight. So if you have a $500 TMS and you don't have any freight to put into it, it's useless. It's kind of like this book. This is a great book, probably one of the best books that I've ever read in my life, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. But if I simply go and read this book and I don't start to take action and start to actually do what the book is saying, then I'm simply reading the book. I just, basically getting a whole lot of information, but I'm not doing anything with that information. The same way with a TMS. Going out and getting a very expensive TMS does nothing for you if you don't have freight to put inside of the TMS. So don't get it confused. Start out with a very basic system, in my opinion. A system that is going to allow for you to manage the movement of your freight, and then when you get to the point where you need more capability from a TMS, now you can graduate to a different type system. But don't put the cart in front of the horse. Don't go out and get the most expensive system when you first get started, because expensive systems don't move freight. You have to get the freight to put into the system and get the most out of it. So that's what I wanted to share with you when it comes down to a TMS system. Load Pilot is more than efficient, in my opinion, to start off with. You can pay $50 per month for that system or $100 per month, depends on how you purchase it. Now, if you get it and purchase it for an entire year, you can get it $600 for that year. But if you get it on a month-to-month basis, they're going to charge you $99 or $100 per month. Now, you're saving $600 if you do it on a per year basis. Some people will say, well, I don't know if I'm going to be in the business for that long. Well, it's only a year. And if you can pay $600 or pay, $1,200, then that's going to be, much more beneficial to you to pay $600 than $1,200, because what we also want to understand is that we want to keep our overhead to a minimum. See, because the more we look at our overhead and make sure that that overhead is a manageable number, the better chance we're going to have at winning when it comes to our freight broker business. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope this has been helpful. See you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.